Welcome. This is James Duerr, your host of the James Duerr Show and the 7 Steps to Financial Success. And today we have an incredible guest. It's Christopher Herring. Christopher, thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you, James. I appreciate you inviting me.
Oh, and you are the president or the executive director of the Global Chamber for San Antonio.
That's correct.
So tell us a little bit about that real quick, and then I want to know more about your history.
Yeah, Global Chamber is a very unique chamber of commerce. You know, we are able to connect businesses into 525 different countries, metropolitan locations through one membership.
Okay.
So
what does that mean? So I'm a member of San Antonio Chamber, which you're the executive director. What rights do I have for Phoenix or, London or?
Sure, and so you use the word rights, but it's really access.
Oh, okay.
So every business wants to have access, and so we provide you with a membership that allows you to set up your own profile, and then you can actually go through the membership of the Global Chamber overall with no limitations, and connect with the businesses that fit what you're looking for. You can do a search on industry. You can look at the various trades, and you can actually send emails directly to those chamber members, and that gives you the connectivity.
Yeah, and I'm going through the website right now, globalchamber.org.
That's our website.
And it comes up San Antonio, so I can go click on that. But once you join,
right,
then you have access to all the other contacts around the world.
Yes, you would log in on that same website. You'd have the access to log in. And then again, you'll establish your own, profile. Mm-hmm. And then from there, you have the ability to do what everyone else does, which is to search who's in the membership. And also, I think more importantly, many of our businesses will actually look for businesses in different countries and cities that have the same type of trade, so they can actually make a deal to market that company's product in exchange for them to market their product in their country.
Oh, okay.
So that makes it really simple on some, and we also do international trade visits. So many of our Global Chamber members are very transient, so they use the Global Chamber directory as like their yellow pages, and they can connect immediately.
Yeah, so our reach is all the way down to Corpus Christi at 9:30 a.m. The Answer. We go to Corpus Christi, Rockport, Austin, East and West. So there's a lot of manufacturing firms all over this area.
Yes.
So if you I guess it doesn't have to be manufacturing, it can be service related, but if you want to take your local company to a global company,
right,
you would say that the globalchamber.org would be the best place to start out.
Absolutely, and I do say to businesses that want to have a homegrown local chamber feel to go ahead and to align themselves with the local chambers. The local chambers have a lot of value. I was a chamber president for one of the local chambers, and I just know that there's value in the membership. Mm-hmm. And as we look at certain things that are happening in our city in particular, I see certain chambers really having more of a value. And we can talk about the economic opportunity zones that have been created by President Trump. I think that's going to provide a lift for some of our chambers, like on the south side of our city.
Like the South San Antonio Chamber.
Absolutely.
They're our sponsor, so... and then I was visiting with Al the other day, and he really liked, the synergies of working together.
Yes.
Is there. So, and you understand that how important that opportunity zone is. And we can talk about that in more depth, maybe at a future one, or we can talk at the end of it. But let's go more to about, tell me about yourself. You're very successful. You're executive director of the Global Chamber. You're on various boards in San Antonio. What else do you do?
Well, I came here through my military service.
There you go, and I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I appreciate your service.
I appreciate you saying that. We came here from Hawaii, and San Antonio just happened to be, a great opportunity over at Randolph Air Force Base. I started there as being in charge of their command center, and worked for the 4-star general and helped to make sure that his command and control operations were were working great. And ended up being an Air Force recruiting service, and really helping to develop a recruiting strategic plan that would enable us to recruit the best and brightest from across America. That was my calling then. And then,
Right.
after I retired, I came into the chamber world. I had a great mentor. In fact, he was a former U.S. Secretary of Commerce, Ron Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Ron Brown, when he was alive, and he died tragically in a plane crash when he was the Secretary of Commerce. But I remember he told me to A, start a business, and B, be a member of a Chamber of Commerce.
There you go. There you go.
So,
Well, and the mentors are very important, and that's why I try. I mean, I tell people all the time that James Duerr, I'm your financial mentor. You know, you may not need me now, but maybe you're later. And you've had those great mentors, and I can tell that you mentor people who are joining the Global Chamber
Every day.
helping them get to the next level.
well, one of the great things that happened in 2011 when I retired, Julian Castro was our mayor, and I asked for him to appoint me to the mayoral position with the small business advocacy of our city. And my family had purchased a business called New Horizons School.
Okay.
So I guess we're educators, but we have a school that's located off of Wurzbach and Wetmore, near Wetmore Elementary School. And I wanted to be in the pool of company of people who were really championing small business. And so the mayor at the time agreed, put me on the small business advocacy. And in 2019, I'm still on the small business advocacy.
Yeah, it's important. It's important to give back to the community and to get involved in that. Is there a range for somebody who's interested in taking their product global? And tell me about products. If you can be a member of the Global Chamber, would it be hard products, a widget you're making, or the services? What's the best product to be able to sell international?
Well, let me first of all say this. So since our Global Chamber provides 525 different markets within the world,
Okay.
some of our members, and imagine that the United States is very large, so many of our chamber locations are within the U.S. So the business to business within the U.S. is great.
Right.
Meaning,
Okay. So not even thinking global, just to be able to and you don't have that with a typical chamber.
No.
Nothing. I mean, you need to be networking locally, but a typical chamber doesn't have the direct connections to Phoenix, to New York, to LA.
That's correct.
So that's okay. So that kind of gives me a more expansive view on the global chamber and the value, because first what you want to do is conquer the U.S.
Right.
And then go on and conquer the rest of the world.
So you imagine the secret
Yeah, I
sauce
see.
to our business model. So we have chambers that are, full with realtors, with financial experts, people who may not have a true direct connection to being international, but they want to be in the network. They want to have the ability to do business to business. And so that's a very powerful attraction. We also have companies that are what I would call second stage companies. Actually, Forbes magazine called them second stage companies some years ago.
Right.
But they're companies that have been in business for about 10 years. They have 10 or more employees, and they make over $1 million of revenues. That's a sweet spot.
Right.
Studies have shown if we can increase the capacity for those second stage companies, that they will do more. They will actually put 37% more into the economy, the local economy. And so I always say, as an advocate of small business, that we have to invest in those businesses that are right here. We always can't look outside to see who we can bring to San Antonio. We have to look at what's right here that we can help cultivate, so that those businesses really have a chance to not only achieve, but to grow our economy from the inward out.
Okay. So basically, the Global Chamber gives you that kind of the dive board, that kicking off spot that you can go to other markets and go from that $1 million cap, which a lot of people get, and they can't get past that.
That's right.
That is very hard, and that's very common in business for whatever reason. So be able to get to the next, which is leveraging it, having partners throughout the U.S. that they can sell their products in. They can get a foothold in other communities.
That's correct. And so it's just a very powerful leveraging system when you can A, do business within the United States, and then B, be pushed by mentors. And Global Chamber also has a built-in core of mentors that businesses can actually use under various services in which we provide. So we have a number of different business services that owners can actually opt into. We have Globinars, which are our virtual education system platform where you can actually be on a Zoom conference and you can see entrepreneurs from all over the world tell their story from their perspective. And so imagine hearing a perspective from Bosnia and hearing something from Toronto and then hearing something from Houston, Texas. All of those entrepreneurs have a different perspective on what makes business go. But that's what the power of Global Chamber is.
Okay. So we got about a minute left. We have Christopher Herring. Do you go by Chris or Christopher?
I go by both.
There you go. Okay, Christopher. Mr. Christopher Herring, he's the executive director of the Global Chamber. You go to globalchamber.org. You click on all the map and you go to North America, go down to San Antonio.
Boom.
You'll get all his contact information. Tell us one more time how to contact you. Is it through that website?
Through the website, or my email is christopher@globalchamber.org.
What if I do chris@globalchamber.org?
I don't think that will reach me.
Okay, so
but Christopher
in this case, it's Christopher.
And my phone number, 210-459-5321. Very easy to reach. Global Chamber is very easy to work with. And we can even talk after the break in terms of what makes it so easy for me to navigate. I don't have the same pressures.
Can you stay for a little bit?
Oh, I can.
Okay, well, let's go over. We're gonna continue our conversation with Global Chamber, and we'll see you right after the break.